Well, Clint, first things first, what are you hearing from parents this year relative to last year? Where do they seem to fall when it comes to their concerns about COVID?
Well, some parents, many of our parents, as you've probably heard at board meetings, have concerns about there not being a mask mandate. Of course, we're under a court order at the moment not to implement a mask mandate. There will be a hearing about that on this coming Thursday at 10 a.m. In Tarrant County. But we are strongly recommending that our employees, our students, visitors, parents, everybody go ahead and wear a mask.
And just to reiterate, for those parents who, may have been confused by the back and forth over the past few weeks, what are some of the steps the district is taking to help protect kids in classrooms from COVID?
Sure. We have not changed our protocols since last year. Again, strongly recommending that everyone wear a mask while they're indoors, especially while they're indoors. We are social distancing in our classrooms as best as we can. We're doing seating charts, so we know who's sitting next to whom in the event that we need to do contact tracing, which is something else we're doing. It's not required this year by the Texas Education Agency, but we are going ahead and doing contact tracing if we believe that someone might have been exposed. Good hand hygiene is another thing that we're certainly stressing, just as we did previously. Wash your hands, use sanitizer, and of course our cleaning continues in our classrooms after the students are gone. Or if there is some reason to believe that we need to clean a classroom at any given moment.
I know things would be a lot easier for the district if all the kids could be vaccinated, at least if the vaccine were available for your kids, especially in elementary school. That's not the case yet. Has it been difficult for you guys to kind of navigate the landscape when you've got parties on all sides with different perspectives on vaccination, et cetera?
Yes. I mean, you have to understand where everyone's coming from. You have to appreciate and respect their opinions. Going to the vaccinations, we're hoping that now that the CDC has given full authorization to the vaccines, that those adults, students, parents, visitors, and those teenagers who are eligible and have not yet gotten the vaccine will now do so.
At the moment we're recording this, we've just heard today the Pfizer vaccine got full approval. Still waiting on Moderna and Johnson & Johnson, but that could be, any day now. Turning to parents who may have concerns, whether it is not knowing the vaccine status of the teacher in their classroom, maybe the teacher's not wearing a mask, maybe they're saying some contact or maybe some physical closeness they're not comfortable with. What would your recommendation be to that parent on how they should address those concerns?
If any parents have concerns, as you've delineated, we certainly and strongly encourage them to talk to the campus principal and talk to the principal, because that is who can speak to specific measures that are going on, not only on the campus as a whole, but in a specific classroom. They can talk about social distancing and seating charts and contact tracing and hygiene and the parent notification process. So speak to that campus principal. Now, if the parent does not get the satisfaction that they think they need from the campus principal, we can always bring in the executive director for that particular pyramid. So, and that is someone else that can be presented with the issues, and they can listen to it, and they can take any additional steps that may be needed at that point.
I know we're at an age where a lot of the parents and teachers have pretty constant contact, whether it's via email, whether it's via text message. So it would be your recommendation, if you see a teacher that you're close with engaging in something, don't address that with the teacher, go to the principal?
If you think that there's a reason that the teacher is doing something wrong, that would be, yes, go to the principal.
What's your message to teachers right now about, hey, what? Some parents are completely okay with the current state of affairs. Some parents are really on edge. They may have a kid who is immunocompromised, maybe a kid that's of vaccination age that can't get the vaccine for some reason. What would your message to teachers be?
Well, our teachers are very well aware of that, the students who are in their classrooms and who may be missing from their classrooms at this particular point. Realize that we are going to implement some temporary virtual learning options before the week is out. That happens tomorrow night's board meeting or at Tuesday night's board meeting. So teachers, we're encouraging them to wear the mask, even if they have a vaccine. We have set up many opportunities for our teachers to get vaccines. We have a program that starts today and goes through the rest of the month that's at all of our high schools, where students, teachers, and their families can get vaccines at no cost through the Perrone Pharmacy. And we're asking them to maintain that social distancing. And if they have a child that should be isolated, we have the plexiglass and the dividers in the classroom, and we can use those as well.
Similarly, I have seen some of the fireworks at your recent board meetings. What would your message be to parents during this time when we're dealing with teachers that we know are working their tails off? It's been a rough year for them, as it has been for everybody else. What would your message be to parents?
I think the message is that this is a challenge for all of us. We have been doing it for over a year and a half, almost 2 years, and we are learning as we go along still. And we're taking every step that we can, that we think we legally can do. That's why we're in court this coming Thursday. That's why we joined the La Jolla ISD suit last week. And we're hopeful that there will be some relief, and we'll be allowed to put a mask mandate into effect. So that will make many parents, I know, feel much better.
Thank you very much for your time, sir. I appreciate it.
Okay. You bet. Take care.